What's up, guys? It's Bullseye back at you with another video. This is going to be the second part of the whole I don't even know what to call it. I don't know what I'm going to call it. About me, I guess. Um the whole gaming background. So obviously we left off on the whole COD 2 part. I'm gonna get back into that in a little bit. First, I like just to go over the gameplay a little bit. So this is a team scrim on Underground S&D. I go 11 and 2, and at the very end, I get a little nice quick 1v2 clutch. So let's get back into the commentary. So we left off on the whole Call of Duty 2 thing, which I I cannot stress to my audience enough that I loved Call of Duty 2. Like the thing about Call of Duty 2 was it's so memorable for me at least because I was so young and it was the first Call of Duty I got to play. That's why, cuz most people who first started out playing COD 4, it was so memorable for them because of the fact that it was so different and unique and no one had played a game like that. But the reason I like COD 2 so much was because it was like the first Call of Duty that I had played. So that's why I like that game so much. I mean, the maps were incredible, the weapons were incredible, the weapons were balanced. I mean, the game was just overall, it was so great, and I wish I still had it because I'd still play it to this day. Um, so yeah, I mean, Call of Duty 2, played that game like around like I said, after the time I got like that whole Age of Empires 2, I still had like my Xbox and my GameCube, and I'd still be playing like my Xbox and my GameCube a little bit, but I'd mostly be playing my PC for COD 2. Easily on COD 2, my favorite gun was the Kar 98 with iron sights. I mean, it was a one-shot kill like 99% of the time. And it was like a sniper, but you could use it close range because it didn't just have a scope. Um, so I really love that game, but now going into the part I think most people want to hear about is like why my GT, my gamertag, is Bullseye. Well, back in the day on PC for COD 2, what you could do is there's like a little spot that you could go into, and you just type in whatever you wanted to be your GT. You could it didn't have to be the same or a different thing. Didn't have to be unique at all. It could be the exact same thing as someone else. So I was just trying to think of something, like anything that sounded cool and that was like that had like a kind of based around like shooting kind of. And I was like thinking to myself, well, like what's something that's like accuracy or like precision? And I was thinking to myself, and it must have been like the year I went over to my grandparents' house or something like that. They had darts, and I loved playing darts. And I was thinking about it. I was like, like what about Bullseye? Like that's a pretty cool name because that has to do with like precision and accuracy. And I feel like that would be a really cool gamer tag. But I was young. I was in like 4th grade, and I thought it'd be cool, like not just to have it as Bullsiei or EIE. My bad, that was a fail. But to like make it more unique, make it like frenetic almost. So I was thinking, all right, I want to make like a frenetic name for this Bullseye. So I was thinking like, all right, so it's usually like Bullseye, but I is the same thing as the letter I, so I was like, okay, I'll just use the letter I and have a space in between and make it sound like an actual I. So, and then I was like, okay, well, Bulls, it's like really a hard S, like a Z, so I just decided to use BULZZ space I, and that is how it came to be. It's weird because, when I was choosing my Xbox gamer tag, I didn't have Xbox Live for the first like month or so, and so I just used like my name instead. And then when I was choosing my Xbox Live gamer tag, I was like, well, I don't want my gamer tag to be like my name with a bunch of numbers. I wanted it to be like unique. And this was back in 2008. So I was choosing my gamer tag and I was thinking to myself, all right, what's a cool name? I'm like, oh yeah, what's that name I used to have in COD 2? And because like I knew I'd be playing Call of Duty on the Xbox because I was gonna buy World at War that year when I got my Xbox. So I was like, yeah, I'll just use my old COD 2 gamer tag. So I was like, all right, what was it? And then I remembered it was Bullseye. So I've kept that gamer tag since 2005, and I remember a while ago on MW, maybe it was Black Ops even. I had my clan tag was 2005 because that's how long I've had the game. The gamer tag. So I always think that's pretty cool. That's just a neat little story about it. So let's go on from that. So unfortunately, I swear I played COD 2 so much, the disc actually broke or fried or something, and it wouldn't play. So I had to buy another Call of Duty 2 disc, but that went by, you know, still playing, then I took time off, playing, then I took time off, you know, whatever. But I was still young, so it wasn't like I played like for 12, or like not 12 hours, but like, it's not like I played like 4 hours a day every day. I'd play like maybe like an hour a day on average, maybe that. But you know, I still had school back then. Obviously it wasn't as hard because I was younger, but so like 2 years passed and I was just doing the exact same thing, like Call of Duty, Xbox, GameCube, Call of Duty 2, Xbox, GameCube. And so I really wasn't, you know, like doing that much with gaming, and my same friend who got me into COD 2 tells me, hey, you know, like a new Call of Duty came out, right? I'm like, what do you mean a new Call of Duty came out? He's like, well, like almost every year they come out with a new one. And I'm like, really? That's pretty cool. So he's like, yeah. And I'm like, what's it called? He's like, well, it's the 4th installment. And he said it's Call of Duty 4. And I'm like, oh, sweet. And he's like, well, that's not the whole name. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And I'm like, wait, so it's not based in World War II? He's like, yeah, it's like in like modern times. And I'm like, that's awesome. And he's like, yeah, it's so cool because you can choose which guns you want to use. And I'm like, but you can in Call of Duty too. He's like, no, you don't get it. Like, you can choose your guns, like primary weapons, secondary weapons. You can choose like these abilities that you have. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you level up and unlock stuff. And I'm like, holy shit, this sounds awesome. So, oh, sorry. Let me take a drink really quickly. I'm a little parched.
Good work, comrades. Get
Oh,
ready for the next
okay.
round.
All right. So I'm like, wow, that sounds awesome. I gotta go out and buy this game. So I go out and buy the game, pick it up. I think I played it for the first time, and I didn't think I got off it until I got to like level 20 that first day because it was so fun.
Search and destroy.
But yeah, I mean, first time I had Call of Duty 4, it was on PC, and the same thing happened. You know, I played that game a lot.
We have the bomb.
But the thing was, I loved Call of Duty 2 so much, and it was so different from Call of Duty 2 that, you know, I didn't hate the game. I thought it was awesome. I thought the concepts and, like, the leveling system and the unlockables and the kill streaks and creative classes, I thought that was all awesome stuff. But I still loved Call of Duty 2, and I still, like, went back to play Call of Duty 2 every once in a while. Even though Call of Duty 4 was still awesome. But yeah, it just felt like a whole new game, and don't get me wrong, it's not that I didn't like the game at all, it's that it was just so much different, and I had so much fun on COD 2. But, you know, I didn't play the game that much either, as much I should say, as Call of Duty 2, mainly because I was getting older, and homework was becoming more of a pain, and, you know, I was hanging out with my friends more often. You know, it was like, I was 12 and 13 at the time, and like, when you're that age, you don't just like sit on your computer or Xbox all day. Which, I mean, I don't do that today, but. So, you know, that goes on for like the next 2 years, you know, I kind of go on a hiatus, like I don't do that much. Like I'd say like a good year I played MW4, and then I just kind of stopped like gaming overall, and I just kind of did whatever I felt like. And my friends had COD 4 for the Xbox 360, and you know, I didn't really want an Xbox 360 because I didn't really want to like commit time to playing video games that much at that age. And I felt like if I did want to play video games, I could just do it on a PC, and it was just as fun. So, you know, time passed, and eventually I got into, like, just getting into high school. Like, my graduation present was an Xbox 360 from 8th grade. And so, got my Xbox 360. The first game I ever bought was Tom Clancy's, End War, which was, like, you could talk into the mic, and it would actually, like... It was basically, like, Age of Empires, but you could talk into the mic, and it would give you commands, and, like, your guys would go do it for you. Got Gears of War 2. Remember, this was in 2008, so it was a little bit later. And so, you know, one a year, just like playing World at War and stuff, and was still, you know, kind of just a casual gamer, played whenever I was bored. So, game's over with, guys. I'll leave off there for my third installment of this About Me series, about the whole gaming background. So, hope you guys have liked the first 2 episodes. Hope you guys keep watching. Drop a like. If you have any comments or concerns or questions or anything, just, you know where to post them down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys later.